A popular feature from the Xbox Series X that was previously removed has returned. Find out what that is up next. What up guys, this is Kalo and I'm here to give you the lowdown on all things gaming, and if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content, drop a like on the video, and welcome to the Level Up. So a few months back, we covered various stories around emulation, ranging from topics like the Dolphin emulator being officially put up on the Steam store, to Microsoft removing this workaround entirely from their consoles. And admittedly, I had no clue there was a big following for emulation on the Xbox Series X up until that point. Oddly enough, the Xbox Series S offered up a very budget-friendly option for users to emulate consoles like the GameCube, PlayStation 2, and even the Sega Dreamcast. A lot of people were quick to discover the fact that you can run various emulators in retail mode. This was a very big driving force to go out and grab one of these consoles, mainly because you can play all the first-party titles and the current AAA games, but you can also gather up a rather large retro library of games on the same console. Now, I mentioned a thing called retail mode. And for those of you who don't know, the Xbox, both Series X and S, have two modes pre-built into the console. Like I stated earlier, retail mode is the standard in which the console operates. But the developer mode is for people who create games for the console, so they can run various tests on the game in which they're currently working on. Then people were quick to pick up on the fact that any random person can go out and purchase a license to access this mode for a one-time $20 fee. This gives you more freedom to do things like emulation and access both retail and developer mode. But a few months ago, we covered the news in which Microsoft banned emulation from the developer mode for the console. And that could have been for many reasons. Some pointed to the fact you can emulate Xbox 360 games, which in turn takes money out of Microsoft's pockets. But again, emulation, no matter the console, has always had this little gray area. And honestly, I personally would not go out of my way to pay the $20 fee just for that, but now we've gotten word emulation has made its way back to the standard retail mode. Now, there has been another workaround to all this through UAAPON's store on Patreon. Now, if you want to check this out, I'll have a link to the Patreon in the sources section down below. But if you want all this, you'll need to pay for their Patreon for just $2 a month, which then they'll whitelist your email. Then you will have access to their La Bombea package, which includes emulators like Dolphin, RetroArch, and Xenia for 360 emulation. Apparently, people have been using this method for quite some time now, but the bigger question here is how much longer will it last? UAAPON claims they're going to be able to dance around all this legal stuff to avoid detection, and they do note if it does get taken down, they can get it right back up. They also claim the only way it can be taken out is if Xbox changes how they allow apps on their store. Xbox would then manually have to review the case, which they think is unlikely to happen. I see the hype online, and I see what can be done here. Mainly being, you can pay that $20 development fee, or you could pay this $2 month-to-month thing, but you really don't know how much longer this will be available. And in the case for developer mode, at least you know things aren't going anywhere. But as per usual, I'm going to pass this question off to you guys. What are your thoughts on emulation? And would you prefer this developer mode, or would you want to try this new method out? But that about does it here. I've been Kalo. I gave you the lowdown on all things gaming, and if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content. Drop a like on the video, and this has been the Level Up.